My name is Ozou'ne Sundalyah, and I'd like to share with you some thoughts that I have with regards to this wonderful thing that we refer to as music. Muse makes me sick with love. But why should you be sick with love? Isn't that interesting? You should be prancing and well with love. But yeah, I guess like a lovesick puppy, yes, a new sick. Lady music, go figure. The muse, yeah, those muses. So I have a course that I teach called You Can Play the Ozou'ne Way, okay? And the Ozou'ne Way is just simply a methodology that I have developed over the years, from my own personal experiences. And I try to ensure that playing is the fun and fulfilling experience that it ought to be. I also believe that we all can play and we all have our own individual voices. And so we all can do whatever it is that we want to do, provided that we take the time to invest. And it is in our investing that we will harvest. If you don't invest, then there's nothing to harvest. If you don't plant, then there's nothing to reap, you know what I mean? You have to sow, you have to plant in order for, whatever it is that you plant after a while, it begins to grow, you groom it, you look after it, you water it, and so forth. And then eventually, when it's time, that time when it becomes mature, you're able to reap the dividends, the benefits, etc. So, the first thing is I want us to see that our keyboard is made up of black keys and white keys. When I'm teaching the little ones, especially, I refer to the white keys as the ocean. So these are the oceans, deep, deep, deep ocean, very deep, all the way up to the surface, And these are the black keys, the lands, like the islands, little islands, individual islands. Upon further examination, we're also going to find out that all of these lands, these islands, they are divided or separated because of these individual white keys. So the white keys, they separate all of these black key islands, yes, by themselves. So we have, in some cases, one key making the separation. In some cases, we have two keys making the separation. And I'm hoping that you can see, because how I have positioned my camera, you might not be able to see as clearly, but if you have a keyboard, I'm sure you will get the gist of what it is that I'm trying to say. So let's just pick a random spot here. So we have here these two black keys that are grouped together by themselves because they're surrounded by these two oceans. One set of ocean there with another ocean here, and here is another ocean with another ocean here. So these two white key oceans, for want of a better term, they divide or separate the black keys into a certain grouping all the time. And that grouping, as we're going to find out, will be groups of twos, and then threes, and then twos, and then threes. And that pattern, that configuration goes all the way up to the top part of the keyboard or piano, and all the way back down to the bottom part of the keyboard or piano. So when we move to the right of the keyboard, what we're doing is we are going up, we're ascending, we're going very high up the keyboard in terms of what we call pitch, the highness and the lowness of the sound. The highness, highness, and the lowness of the sound. That's pitch, okay? And of course, in the middle, which is right where basically I'm speaking, I'm speaking, I'm speaking. That's in the middle of the keyboard, somewhat. Okay, so low, 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 deep, deep. Always to the left side of the instrument. If the instrument is upright, yeah, as in, let's say, a saxophone, a recorder, and so forth, the sound gets deeper going down, and when you go up, it gets higher. So when you hold, for example, cover all the notes get deeper. When you release all the notes, then it gets higher in pitch. But since we're not doing a wind instrument, we're doing a keyboard instrument, which is both referred to as a percussion instrument or a string instrument. But we're not here to talk about classical categories or musical categories. We're actually here to speak about playing of the instrument itself. And so let me just go through this and give you a little exercise to do so that you can become very familiar with your keyboard before we actually get into the naming of the notes on your keyboard. So you want to, before we do that, let's just talk about our fingers. Fingers 1 for both the left hand and the right hand. So finger 1, that's your thumb. Index finger, finger number 2, finger number 3, middle finger, finger number 3. And notice I'm not pointing it in a certain way, so I'm making sure to point it in that way that will not be deemed as obtrusive or disrespectful. Finger number 4 is the ring finger, okay? And finally, the pinky finger is finger number 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, so as not to offend anybody inadvertently or advertently. 4, the ring finger, and finally the pinky finger is finger number 5. So that is applicable to both right hand and left hand. And so what I'm going to ask you to do with me, and I'm not sure if you can see all the way down the bottom here, so I'll probably play from here, but on your keyboard it's a good idea to explore the full range of your instrument. My instrument is an 88 key keyboard, which simulates a piano type sound. It's a Kawai ES100, by the way. Very nice keyboard, portable, and and I don't have the space where I am to have an acoustic piano, although I would love to have one here. It's just not possible right now. And so these are the 2 black keys right here that are surrounded or separated by the 2 white keys, which I refer to them as oceans when I'm teaching the young ones. Okay, these are our 2 islands. Yes, islands in the sun. I'm in Jamaica, by the way. And so this is the ocean here that separates the 2 black keys from the 3 black keys. So it's going to be 3 black keys here. And then we have the 2 white keys again, the ocean, yeah, surrounding the 2 islands. And then the 2 oceans again, surrounding and separating the 2 group black keys or 2 islands from the 3 islands, yes? And that pattern, as I explained, continues. So what I'm going to ask you to do, having seen that, now that you've seen that, use fingers number 2 and 3. So let me show you them first, of the right hand, and you're going to put them on the 2 group black key, okay? The 2 black key group like this. So open your hands again. Just do it nice, kind of pretend as if you have a ball in your hand, an invisible ball, and maintain that shape somewhat. Okay, this is your time, so you just need to do it the way that you want to do it without any stress, no problem whatsoever. So 2, and then remember that we have 2 white keys in between, and those 2 white keys, 2 fingers actually can go in between the black keys then. Okay, this is the only instance where two fingers will ever be able to go in between any of the black keys, and that's only when you have two white keys. The other black keys, they have one white key in between them, and two fingers will never be able to go in between them side by side. You might do it one above the other, and for some people whose hands or fingers are bigger than mine, even them, some of them can't go in as easily. But you can side by side more or less go in between the place where you have the two white keys that separates, okay, separates the black keys, okay? So all other black keys in essence then will only have one key in between, one white key in between any black keys. So where the two black key group is, it's one white key in between, and then you have two white keys that separates, okay? So two white keys beside each other. And then in the three black key group, you have two white keys, okay? One here, I'll play it. I haven't begun to name the notes as yet, but I'll name them shortly. And then here. And then when you get to the end here, this is outside of the three black keys. We're back to that adjacent white key group. And you're going to find out as well that this pattern of this being here and this being here, this white key and this white key together beside each other, and this white key and this white key, that this pattern keeps repeating itself. And it's the same sound, some higher, 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 and of course it gets lower too. Okay, this is very important to observe. Once you observe this, this will begin to help you to understand pretty much where you're going to find your notes on your keyboard or piano. And every keyboard, whether it's an Arabic keyboard, an African keyboard, an American keyboard, or piano or organ, once it's a keyboard that has this outlay, the same principle is applicable. Synthesizer, piano, organ, melodica, even any keyboard instrument whatsoever, this information that I'm sharing with you is applicable to all of them bar none. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to play all of these, the two black keys and then the three black keys, two black keys, three black keys. Please observe that two white keys always separates the two group black key from the three group black key. So you can use your two fingers to begin to learn and feel how that separation feels when you're going to go from 2 to 3, or you can use your thumb. Just bear in mind that it's a wider distance, that's really the point, between each group separation. Between the 2 group to the 3 group, there's a separation of 2 white keys. And you will never find any 2 black keys beside each other. That will never happen. Unless, of course, if the keys at the bottom, the ocean keys, are painted black, then okay. But outside of that anomaly, the white keys, generally speaking, are on the lower part of the keyboard, which I call the ocean, and they make up much more than the black keys, okay? So we have 5 black keys in principle, 2 black keys, separation of with the 2 white keys, and then 3 black keys, separation with the 2 white keys, then 2 black keys, separation with the 2 white keys, then 3 black keys, okay? No 2 black key will be beside each other, but you have 2 instances where 2 white keys are beside each other, and that is referred to as a semitone, the interval of a semitone. An interval is used to measure musical notes or musical degrees, numerically speaking, in terms of number, okay? So initially you want to do this looking, seeing what you're doing, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, finger 2 and 3 for the right hand, fingers 2, 3, and 4 for the right hand, fingers 2 and 3 for the right hand, fingers 2, 3, and 4 for the right hand. This is on the 2 group black key, 3 group black key, 2 group, 3 group. Okay, so you're gonna descend, come back down. Okay, descend means to go down, come down. Ascend means to go up. Okay, so we're descending. Once you're able to do that, I'm going to ask you now to do this eventually. You don't have to do it immediately now, because I'm kind of giving you a kind of integrated crash course in this, okay? But you have to do this in your own time. So spend some time with yourself. 15 minutes to half an hour every day certainly will yield great results, okay? And once you've mastered, because it's muscle memory, yeah? And once you've mastered that and you've learned that, then you move on to something else, okay? So here we go. Now I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to do the very same thing with my eyes closed, feeling for the difference between the 2 white keys here that separates from the 2 black keys to the 3 black keys. And 3 black keys, follow the same procedure. 2 black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys, 3 black keys, and so forth. And I'm using my fingers 2 and 3 to do that. Once you become very proficient and you know what to do, then you can use your thumb. Get the thumb involved, because you want to be able to feel the keyboard and feel how it feels from different points of view. And then what you're going to find out is that this is how blind people are able to play, because they develop their sense of touch, their tactile senses. Okay, so 2. I have my thumb now between this white key and this white key, and I can feel that it's a wider spacing, and I can feel that these are 2 white keys here, 3 black keys. I do the same thing, the thumb, I can feel that this is 2 white keys right here, so I don't even have to look, okay? So watch this. So whether you want to use a combination of thumb and 2 fingers, or just the thumb, or the 2 fingers, you do what works for you, because music is personal, it is subjective, and I want you to become connected and to feel what it is that you are doing, okay? So I'm going to descend. Pretty much I know where I am. I'm at the very end top of my keyboard. Okay, so this is 3, and then this is 2. Eventually, you don't even have to feel, because you just know exactly where everything is. I'm switching to the left hand, doing the very same thing. I'm not looking, okay, and then there's a single black key note right here, okay? So 2 black keys, 3 black keys. The same principle is applicable to your left hand, so it's going to be fingers number 3 and 2 in this instance. Okay, so I'm right in the middle of my keyboard, 3 and 2. Okay, feeling again with my 2 fingers, 3 and 2. And then I know that the next set is going to be 3 group black key. So I'm using fingers number 4, 3, and 2. Okay, do the same thing again, feel again, 3 and 2. Because remember that the right hand mirrors the left hand mirrors the right hand, okay? And then right? Okay, and then you're pretty good to go. So that's going to be all for today. I want you to work on that. In our next lesson, we're going to now name the keys, okay, the white keys, because once you're able to name the white keys and you know where they are, eventually we're going to find out that all the black keys are also named because of the white keys. Okay, the black keys are higher in terms of their configuration, where they are in relation to the white keys. So you're going to find out that when we name the white keys name the black keys in turn. So the black keys get their names from the white keys. So we would say that it's a surname of sorts, okay, for want of a better thing to say. So we have white higher, that means that it's the black key that's higher than white. And if we go lower, we move to the left of the keyboard, we are going down, descending, we're getting lower. And so the black key that is to the left of a white key is white lower. Okay, I'm just saying that now for you to get the idea. So the black key to the right side of any white key is white higher. It's a higher than the white key. And the black key that is to the left side of any white key is lower than that white key, so it's white lower. So let's say I'm here. I'm just going to pick a note at random. Let's say I'm here. Yeah, let's choose that one. Okay, so I'm right here, which is just by the 3 group, black key. And if I go lower to the black key, I'm sorry, that's lower than this note here, then this is going to be white lower. It actually has a name, which we're going to get to in the next video. But for now, just take it under advisement. Whoops, sorry. Take it from me. Under advisement. White key, let's say the key begins with the letter G. Let's say it begins with the letter G. So this would be G lower, okay? Because it's lower than G. And let's say this, the name of this begins with the letter G, and we go up to the black key that is above G to the right, then we would refer to this as G higher, okay? And that's the basic principle of how we name keys. So in next week's lesson, we're going to, or the next lesson I should say, we're going to learn to apply the names of the keys. And I can give you a hint, and it's easy, plus the information is there. The keys are named from the first 7 letters of the English alphabet. The first 7 letters of the English alphabet, those are A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. In the German language, they actually have another letter, which is H. But since we're not speaking German, no Sprachen Dutch here, yeah, we just work with our English letters, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All right, so cheers from Mount Pleasant in Stony Hill, Kingston, Jamaica. I'm Ozou'ne Sundalyah, and I will see you in the next video. One love, Irie, and as I respect, as they would say in Jamaica, peace.